BPS, honestly. Because you won't get the experience of being a real BPS player in fucking solo queue. Because you need that, like, if you're going to play 2-2-2 dive, you need that fucking Winston on your team. You have to have it.
Yeah, but the solo queue
Yeah.
DPS.
Yo, Argon.
Yo.
Are we running dive or are we running goats here? I say goats.
What, Matt?
Dorado.
You guys run whatever you want.
Big stretch.
Okay.
Ball goods.
I don't want to tell
If Tracer was meta, I see at rank 1. I'll farm Tracer. She's the most fun hero.
Well, you'd be a good Sabi Olby. If you remember the way he played with New York Excelsior, he was like, they called him an emotional leader, and he made a lot of shot calls
Plays
from the
the
Tracer
Ninja
role.
Tracer, dude.
Yeah.
Ninja Tracer.
He was like really
crouches
hyping the
around.
comms.
Crouches around what?
He crouches around like in the back alleys, and then he'll be like, Zin's right here, Zin's right here. Wait for the diva and the fucking Winston to come in, and he'll like blink into the fucking Zin point blank range just to lead him.
That's how you
Like,
do it.
I love...
Tracer has to scout, and he calls positions of shit.
Yeah,
for the Winston duo.
he's really fucking strong. It's like, if Tracer...
He's
Like-
an assassin Tracer. He don't play like the aggressive, like the friend Tracer.
I need to see what this
Well-
Tracer gameplay looks like.
Well, no.
Say-
Sabilby's not really an assassin. He's like an engagement... like mega brain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
Sabi
like
Olby's
quasi
like-
main tank.
He's said to be the best Tracer out of every Tracer, like the best Tracer in the world.
Oh, for sure.
I'd say he's definitely up there, in at least the top 3.
That sounds so fun to watch.
Watch Nixel play in season 1 for stage 1, 2, or 3. Anyway, so I'm gonna deafen myself again as I go into
Alright.
this next map. Hopefully my FPS is still okay. Chat, you'll have to let me know. Okay, here we go. Gonna turn the preview off. Turn this off. Rise. Okay. Okay, our heroes, Team Rampage. On the blue team. Oh, how do I change back to my overhead? Oh, I don't know how to change back to overhead. I'm a scrub. Is this how I do it? No, it doesn't seem so. I actually don't know how to control this thing. Aha! Am I free? I'm not free. Why aren't I free? Huh. Change perspective. Ah, that's how I do it. Sorry, I'm scuffed. I'm learning the spectator cam. I'm still learning the spectator cam. Alright, blue team going for a really aggressive defensive hold here. And the red team's able to hold them off. With just better target prioritization, it looks like. Blue team's still going for a cart stall with just the supports. Very early. They're going to give up the archway this way, though. I'm not sure I'm in agreement with this hold. With this high aggressive hold. Holding the archway would be far more beneficial. That being said, they did burn almost an entire minute off the clock of the red team. No swaps coming out. Blue team regrouping in the alley. The rally comes out. And they're going to push. Sark and Moon aren't caught in the grab. Maxi's able to just hard shield. While Zen pokes from the high ground. Only Fox and Moon are shattered. The red team can't follow up on the shatter, though. This is looking good as Maxi builds up her own. A huge pick from the Fire Strike and the Micro Missiles. Takes out the enemy Rhine, but Maxi drops as well. Baguette able to pick off the Zen. The cart is stalled, so blue team just has to buy time for Maxi to return. Red team gonna have to look to escape here. The bomb comes out overhead, doesn't find anything. But Moon is able to pick off with a nice fist to the face on Epic Pants. Baguette cleaning up Fox. Red team gonna have to regroup here. 4 ultimates in their bank, not really close to the tank ults. But they could do a aggressive rally engage. Both teams seem to have been opting into the aggressive rally push. Seems to be their favored way to kind of try to gain tempo early up on a fight. Now blue team holding the archway. As we'd come to expect, the early rally comes out from red team. Baguette does grab. Rally comes out so they can pressure the grab. Defensive bomb comes out. Not in the air, just on the ground. Maxi blocks. The shatter doesn't find anything from Maxi. And now, charge from Impera, just into the cart, not finding anything. Discord is onto the enemy Rhine, but Maxi trying to charge into the stairway. Does get picked off. The grab is eaten by Fox. So the fight doesn't snowball too hard, but Fox does get demeched before the trans can save him. That's a disaster. Blue team does look like they're kind of stabilizing. Red team's focus partially on the baby diva, who's able to remech anyway. If Fox can fly away, this would be huge. No, gets demeched again. Blue team able to burn 3 minutes off of red team's clock for point A, but point A is going to be capped here as the teams push forward. Neither team opting to rotate into the high ground. Impera just pressing forward with the help of his front line. Lucio coming into support now. The shield is low. Maxi looking like she wants to pressure the corner here. Firestrike finding huge value for Maxi's ult charge. Moon going in for a boop. Sark does find Fox. Stunned out of the flail boop away. Trying to remove pressure from herself. Tai now on that partial high ground drops. Finding shots in. They're very aggressively pushed up on the fountain. Baguette is alone. Fox trying to bail him out. Does get picked off. Moon is now going to die as well. And blue team is going to start falling apart here with the loss of their Lucio and Zarya. No damage to follow up on any plays they make. Blue team's going to have to head for the hills here. Maxi and Tai dropping at the hands of red team. Now the push is going to be able to get to at least around the second corner of the church thing. I call it a church. It's a church, right? Church? I call it church. We're calling it church from now on. Easy second corner push for red team here. Litmob going to hold the high ground now. Spamming into blue team, trying to get small charge for himself. He actually already had his ult. Lucky eating another grab. The bomb comes out after the shatter. The shatter bomb is huge. Tai able to line of sight for Sark. The combination of Baguette's bubble and Tai's trans able to line of sight the bomb for Sark to live. Litmob getting charged by Maxi, but the Transcendence is going to keep the mech up. The beat comes out for red team to try and sustain. Blue team's rally comes out. Red might rally as well. Get the late rally off. No, Impera drops. It would be wise if red team just doesn't invest any more ults into this. And just gets a full regroup with a minute and a half on the clock. Litmob trying to get out with the mech. A valiant effort. With that squiggle of feels midair. Not enough. Blue team going to get a nasty stagger onto Litmob. Litmob has almost built the remech. Is he going to go for the remech in their face? He does have it. He does not. Much better to not donate the ult charge to the blue team, but I was worried he was going to go for it. Smart of him to rotate to the cart. Just get on the objective, try to die. Fox has something against the railings of the church. Taking those out. Maxi getting pressured. Red team's rally is able to cause enough pressure. Baguette does donate the grab, but almost certainly nothing's going to come of that. The hammer for red team is able to drop Maxi. Charging her backwards too, alone in the courtyard. But Baguette and Moon is able to bail her out for some time, but red team is able to collapse quicker than blue team can bail her out. The peel just isn't there. It's tough when you get charged all the way into the backline like that. Even a bubble isn't going to be enough to save you. The whole team would have to dive into that courtyard to try and save Maxi, but at what point is it too little too late? Probably much wiser for them to have just stalled on cart, which is what they ended up doing. Moon coming in for the touch just to make sure the cart doesn't get in. He shouldn't be able to die to the Zenyatta, but he is low. That being said, the Zen might be able to find, Mornstar might be able to find the pick onto Moon. Moon is stalling for as long as he can, but the hammer of Impera cannot be dodged so easily, and the overtime push comes through. Minute and a half on the clock for point 3 here. Red team not looking so hot. The ultimates, however, are looking quite tasty. 6 ultimates for red team. The rally donated by both sides. Fox matching Sark's rally. Both teams posturing in the corner here. Impera and Maxi swinging into each other. The Discord onto their counterparts. Huge shatter coming from Impera. The defensive bomb comes out, but not in time to save Maxi from the flail of Fox. And now blue team looking like they might get cleaned up, but if they could just buy some cart time or get out with their lives, it looks like they might be able to get out. Moon Not sitting on speed. Fox gets demeched. This is not looking good. Moon also gets picked. At what point do we sit in speed and just hold S, get out of there? 4 on 6, you have to leave. The cart slowly moving up. Red team holding the main choke here. Blue is going to opt to meet them here. Purple Shadow smartly on the high ground. Litmob does try to go for the Swagger on the grab. The defensive bomb does come out. Picking off Sark. There's no ultimates for blue team. They're not going to be able to stabilize here in a clean neutral with Fox's rally up. As well as the bomb not having found any value. And now the cart stall has to come out. If they can just bring it to OT, which they do, Moon and Fox are able to stall till OT. Moon is even still up. And dang near half health. Finally falling. Baguette might be able to get in on the Wrecking Ball, who can get a lot of shieldings from the adaptive shield. Maxi getting pinned all the way out. The boop from the Wrecking Ball actually extends the duration of the pin, bringing Maxi even further away from help from the team. That's super unfortunate. Blue team only able to stall for so long. Empira's fat shatters are inevitable, as it were. But stalling overtime on escort does mean that if you can push all the way with time, the other team will not get an opportunity to attack. It'll be all about... Oh, wait, no. I lie. They get a minute. They get a minute. I lie. I am a stupid idiot boy. No, they will get a minute. Assuming that blue is able to push the cart all the way to the end. If they match as an OT push, both teams will get 1 minute. And otherwise, blue team will either have time left or simply lose the map. We'll see what comps are going to come out from either team. Looks like goats from blues. And a bunker with a Bastion Hanzo from the red side. Fox busting out the Hanzo again, as we saw on Oasis earlier. Litmob staying on the Diva in order to relieve as much shield pressure off of the Orisa barrier as possible. Opts to actually swap to a Roadhog, so they will not have a Diva. The shield of the Orisa will be quite pokeable. And if blue team is able to either poke the shield down and force a rotate, or simply push into a shield after the Orisa has committed a second barrier. While the barrier is on cooldown, they'll be able to... Fox trying to find a pickup on the rotate. Blue team is actually going to opt to go underground, not push the cart, and try to cleanse them from this thing. Red team is going to full rotate. The Bastion isn't in turret form. It is very pickable. Sark might lose his barrier here. He does. Gets pulled back in by the Orisa and dies. The Bastion able to melt down the Brig barrier very quickly. Ty on an off angle trying to take out the Orisa barrier. The new Orisa barrier is committed, but without Sark, it's not looking likely that they'll be able to push this. The cart is now moving forward thanks to the Diva. And red team is not able to pressure the cart. Blue team is able to hold them into this choke. And this is actually a fantastic position for blue team. The cart may very well get past the choke. Oh, but they lose Bagel. And now red team's going to be able to rotate up to this high ground for free again. Moon getting pulled back in. Looks like he might get picked. Boops the Roadhog off. If they can focus this Roadhog, that would be huge. The Discord on him. And the Roadhog is picked cleanly at that. That is an absolutely colossal pick. A lot of the damage pressure coming out of red team is down now. But the Diva, in order to stave off this Bastion damage, is also down for blue team. Lucky still demeched. Maxi's barrier is dropped, and the Bastion is able to find value once more. The Dragon to seal the deal here. Blue team is going to have to regroup, and red team will very likely reposture up on the high ground, force blue team to either full rotate around again or hard push the choke against a Bastion, which is ill-advised, as one would say. Damage boosted Bastion, very scary. coming up from red team. The Orisa barrier has just been placed. They should commit now. While the second Orisa barrier has been committed, Zen is rotating late, but the Bastion isn't in turret form in order to pick him off. They didn't notice. Bastion, not behind the shield. They should hard dive the Bastion. Lucky does lose mech, but they should hard into the Bastion. And Maxi Shatter! Finding the Zen and the Bastion. The Orisa was fortified, but not in front of the Zen. It just isn't enough. And with the Bastion dead, there's nothing red team's going to be able to do here, even with all the ultimates. They can commit all the ults in the world, but it won't be enough. The Bastion is down. And even the Valkyrie Mercy won't be able to survive the wrath of a Reinhardt Hammer trying to go in for that res. Opts to try and follow Fox out, who does end up getting picked anyway. And now Sark going hyper-aggressive, might die to the Reinhardt Hammer of Impura. Purple Shadow and Epic Pants above. They don't notice that the Bastion and Zen are on the high ground. The whole hog coming out of Lip Mob and the tank. So I see what red team's doing. Before they swap to another comp, they're going to try and find value out of the ultimates they built off of point 1 in order to cleanse blue, retake the cart hard. But the ults, surprisingly not finding as much value as you might expect. Baguette commits the grab and dies anyway. The trans is able to save red team. And Epic Pants in the back is able to cover with the Bastion turret form to ensure no damage follow-up can come up on that grab. Blue team staved off once again. Will they keep the Bastion? Is the question. And they should honestly take the time to rotate the Bastion to a high ground so goats can't push it. Realistically, the only parts of goats that would be able to pressure the Bastion are the Zenyatta and perhaps the Diva. Sark getting picked. Lucky, Hail Mary bomb into the back. Finds the Bastion. That is not what you want to see from red team. But an absolutely ginormous penis shatter from Impura is able to smite down the entirety of blue team. And they will be cleaned up here. Blue team's still posturing on the payload though. Very odd. Impura stunned up and alone on the rotate. Bubbles have been committed. Mercy going for the res. Mornstar's res. Perhaps the bubble meant to go onto the Mercy and not the Reinhardt in order to cover for the res. As that does not seem to be the case, the Mercy does fall, the res fails. Reinhardt dies as a result as well of one of the healers being down. Moon into the back line. Fox trying to pressure Cart, dying early. Epic Pants as well. It looks like Red's going for a hard reset here, but Purple not getting the memo, doesn't either back up nor feed in time, and they are just staggering themselves hard. Red team not likely going to get another fight here. They should honestly just posture up for point 3. Blue team coming in through the choke here. Going to stop them. The bubble does come out from red team and the personal. Both bubbles are down. They can honestly push here. Maxi swinging in on the discorded Brig. Impura does fall. Shatter is donated. Maxi charges in alone. Not able to follow up on Fox, but the team is able to clean up who was on the cart. No one is pushing the cart through. Ty's going to go back for cart to push it through the gate here as blue team heads to the spawn. 2.5 minutes on their clock. 5 ultimates in the bank to red team's singular ultimate in the rally from Fox. Purple Shadow very close to trans, which can shut down Grav. In fact, it could just shut down basically anything. If they save the transfer Grav, then red team actually could be in a good spot. But they have to rally to get out of spawn? This is no longer a good spot, and Fox rotating out of his team. The bomb comes through from Lucky and actually picks off 4 members? The entire front line from red team crumbles at the might of Lucky's Hail Mary bomb. The bomb grab coming through. And what is Impura supposed to do in that situation? If he spins the barrier to block the bomb, reveals his back and his team to all of the damage coming in from the rest of blue team. Impura Hail Mary Shadow does put Moon on the ground, who gets micro-missiled and 5-orbed from Purple Shadow to get taken out. This could be a stabilize on the hands of that Shatter. Ty is going to commit the trans here. They find Litmob. They find Fox, who switched. Impura on the Wrecking Ball. Adaptive Shields gives him a very huge health bar. The Solo Shatter onto the Lucio and into the pin to shut down the stall. And they'll have 1 minute 11 seconds on the clock. Thanks, Cage, for dropping by. You have a good one too, eh? And that is Dorado sealed. Oh, I don't want recording. Lol. I forgot I'm streaming. Hell yeah, dude.
You see that bomb?
The Hail Mary bomb?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was huge.
The fucking Kobe. He just chunked it over the wall.
He actually popped the fuck off. Is AJ talking to the team right now?
People scream makes me want to. So yeah, he went to talk to. Dude, there were so many times like they all rotated to the top, and like nobody got on board. Like they just completely forgot about the fucking card.
Yeah, it happened a few times. Man, casting makes me tired. I'm trying to keep up with all the shit that's going on. It's fucking hard.
Gotta wake up fucking 4 o'clock. Take my dad to the airport. Fun, dude.
Fun. I'm gonna do some push-ups while I wait for the map to load. Yeah. You could tell, could you? Just waiting on another map to start here. So I've been getting my stretch on. Oh. I love fucking scrims, man. Practice scrims we were doing before were really fun, and then now I'm casting the actual scrim the team's doing. Yeah, this is fun shit, man. I had my lumbar pillow in for the one half.
Okay, I was talking to them at least.
Where the fuck is Anna at? She's staying in there with them and pep talk. What did you tell him about the cart, dude?
The what? Yeah. Oh. Okay, I reminded him. I was like, yo, that first attack on first point was garbage, dude. Put somebody on the payload, man. Like, Jesus Christ.
Dude, this is fun sitting back watching the team. I thought it was cool being in the team, but this is fun sitting back and watching.
Looks like I have time to go to the bathroom.
I think I've watched every one of y'all's scripts.
No, not everyone. You watched this. You've watched.
I watched the past few.
You watched the ones that I haven't been here for, pretty much.
I don't know how long y'all been together, the team, but ever since AJ's coach show, I think I've watched it. This is like my 4th or 5th one I've watched, huh?
I wish that I would have been here when you like after you joined Argon.
Hmm?
I
Oh,
wish that I was here more like right after. Like I was here when you joined, and then like I ditched for a little bit.
mhm.
I wish I was here when like you really started getting into it.
Bitch. You went to go see your fiance.
What SR is this team, Lana?
These guys, I want to say they're 2.7. They
good.
said that they have like between 2.5 and 2.9.
Good.
They don't know like their exact,
They're 2.7.
What the hell do we got?
but it was
going
like 2.7.
But this is 300 SR up from where we scrimmed last, right?
They're
We
going
scrimmed
bunker.
2.4
Yes.
last time, right?
Yes.
And
And
we're
Bagel's
keeping up.
going Widow.
We're winning when we don't throw the game, which is good.
No shit.
It means we're the
Well,
better team.
You know,
and
the last team you scrimmed, you had 2 top 500 fucking Smurfs on their team, so.
2?
I thought it was
Yeah.
just one.
The Zen and then the fucking. What was his
I
name?
don't think the Zen was a Not
thought
gonna
that
lie, their
he-
Zen
he
was
said
kind of
he-
garbage.
He
Dude,
said
what?
he was top 500.
Nah, that.
I thought I heard
was
so many people say that the Zen was trash.
pretty sure that's a joke because their Zen was pretty garbage.
Oh, I mean, I wasn't paying attention.
The fuck
Their-
comp am I
their
looking at?
Zen
What is
literally
this?
like
For who?
tranced
Which
randomly.
team?
They are not attack. Oh, they have a sim.
Theirs.
Yeah, they're going for it. They're gonna.
Are they
Dude,
scouting?
That's
What are they
actually
doing?
Huge. Okay, the way to play this is when they TP to point, they hide behind the belt and force y'all to. When they force y'all to rotate, they fuck y'all.
Oh,
Wait,
we
wait,
recognize.
yeah.
We
Good
recognize.
rotation.
Yeah, stay on point. Stay on point. Stay
Oh,
on
I'm
point.
so
That's such a
proud.
good
See,
rotation,
Rogue,
dude.
this is one of those moments I was talking about.
Honestly.
I feel all warm inside. They're so
It's
good.
exactly what they
Big
should do
brain.
there.
Yeah,
Makes
that
me
is
happy.
Look, now this
Happy.
team has to
They
take
did.
20 minutes to. Oh, now look, our Widow's gonna feed
Hmm.
them.
I don't know how to control this.
Oh, no.
See, they have good moments. They have a good moment.
Very confusing.
Insta-res. I like the insta-res.
They have to play for the bell here and get picks.
Sark,
can't go
turn
around.
it up, Sark.
Massive Maxi. Don't get you baited. Yeah, they
Okay.
should rush that now.
Lucky got baited by this fucking. The turrets! Fuck.
Like,
Ah, I'm
people
free.
in Gold and Plat, they just have such a hard time looking at it, like turds.
I can't believe they
They're-
made that rotation.
The sim turrets, you
They're gonna
mean?
struggle. That rotation was
Sim
really
turrets,
good. dude.
sim
That
turrets
rotation-
or torp turrets, like, I don't know. Nobody ever wants to kill a turret.
I don't think people realize how much damage turrets actually deal. Like, I feel like
No, dude, Bagel, like when they do this rotation, he needs to stay where he is now. He needs to stay on the crossfire, like somewhere else, you know? He can just sit over there. And like, what are they gonna do? Send the diva? Like,
all right. So what if they rotate to where they are now? Where should Bagel go now?
He should be on this platform over here.
you
with
come
them.
back to where our team held originally. Like,
Okay.
we should
Okay.
stay 180 to them at all times.
Yeah. Just stay on the complete opposite side of them.
They commit square early.
Right there where he's at. That's a good
Yeah,
spot.
that is an early score. Yeah, this is where Bagel needs to be. He can even rotate main. Yeah, right
Yeah,
here,
actually,
dude. This is where he
yes.
needs to be.
Bagel.
Hit on the crossfire,
Big
right
fucking
here.
sis.
Huge.
Kill us some turrets! Oh, we were late. We were late.
Now the barrier's out.
Now he needs to get behind. Oh, he's huge. Bagel. Oh no, not right
Oh
there.
no. Oh Bastion. Oh Bastion. No.
Thing the Bastion will have good aim.
Doesn't matter though. The
Bagel, get up
entire
there.
team has found value already.
Uh,
God,
There,
I'm
we just played
exhausted.
Mortality Field, and Bagel didn't get a pick.
Oh, so Bagel needed to get a pick to be able to win that.
They have Sim Shield, right? So like in
Yeah.
a 5v6, if Bagel isn't getting a pick, then it's a 5v6, and they have a Sim Shield, you know. So like, we're playing the Widow with the expectation that he needs to kill something in that fight.
oh wait, they're actually staying fucking. Okay, so they're rotating left.
We need to be
side,
on
side.
monkey goats here. I don't like this. I don't like
Oh,
Ryan
wait, they're
goats.
not rotating.
I want
They're
to see
not
monkey
gonna-
goats
they're
here.
not gonna TP. Are they dumb?
Why monkey goats?
Because
not
with the
Ryan goats.
TP, Maxi's gonna struggle to get value. Like, what if they just TP to
Oh.
like way top right? Like, what's Maxi do? You know?
And then Maxi's too
Hey,
far away from them to be
This
able to do
this
anything.
point is just a Winston playground, dude. I always play and that, unless they're playing Rhine goats, I play Winston here.
What are they
Don't you
doing?
waste jump to be able to get anywhere though? Don't you have to waste jump to be able to get anywhere with Winston here?
They're
Not
simping-
really. You
they're
can just
simping
stage
for the
anywhere.
TP.
And... There's the TP. Rush it! Rush! Go! 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 Go!
Oh god.
Oh, that's huge. They just took a lot of damage. Kill the bat. Kill the bat.
Nice.
They
They
That was
need to get the kills. They need to get.
they piled onto the bastion.
that was a.
Chase them down.
I don't know what the plan was there from the red team. That was just really bad.
Do they not have a Lucio? They could have
No.
chased
They
it
do
down.
now. They do now.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
They
I
didn't
think
before.
They kept it for Valak, which.
Dude, I would like so you see the
What's Lucky
little
doing?
high ground above the
What
archway.
is Lucky doing?
You play Winston goats and you just sit your Winston right above main right there, and he just
Lucky's
yeah,
doing
sits
good.
there and
He's
cleaves.
scouting.
Oh, that's what he's doing? Okay, I was like,
Yep.
what is he doing all the way up there?
For the most part,
That's
he,
good. That's good. He gives his team the information.
Yeah.
and he's the safest character to do it.
Right now, rotate high ground again. Rotate up more. Rotate up. Yes, just sit up there now. Now hide.
Holy shit.
He needs to
Yeah,
drop.
you're gonna
Yeah,
get
he
more.
needs to drop,
Yeah.
which he just did, which is good. But
It's fine, dude. Just literally, they can just hide her. They don't have to contest this. They just don't even fight it.
Definitely Don't peek.
Don't fight it. They
Oh,
don't have
no.
somebody on point.
Don't peek. Don't.
Just wait.
yeah, wait for the square to drop. Wait for square. No, he didn't. He rotated before his Reinhardt.
They're gonna pick him apart here.
Good shield. Dude, hit something.
Destroy this fucking emo field, dude. It's sitting there.
Dude, look at their bastion. Their bastion's Papega. Don't give a tick, please.
They're not going to. They've just
I wanna see
stabilized.
a higher priority.
Oh
for
my
us.
god.
Oh, okay. I got scared.
I thought
So
I thought that Arisa was about to steal his tick from him.
what they needed to do there was like let the square dissipate
Yeah.
for
Dude,
sure.
give it to
Swapping.
fuck it, dude. Just like, as long as there's nothing on point, you don't have to contest it. Make them commit something to the point. Look, see, this is the dead brain swap from their team. They can't swap to goats like this because they've. Well, I guess they might, but
They have
their only
nothing
chance of
now.
winning is last fight. They lose the next 2 fights guaranteed.
Actually, I
unless
didn't
we
think they
force them to play.
I wouldn't say
didn't they not have any ults anyways. I thought they burnt all their ults last fight.
Maybe it's a good time
Yeah,
to swap
they
them, but
probably burnt
Yeah,
it
see?
so that they could swap.
Huge.
don't charge. I disagree. I don't like to charge.
Why not? It's a short range charge.
Swing
I
first.
wanna charge.
At
Yeah,
least
you swing.
Charge
Yeah,
last
I mean,
second.
Yeah.
Swing and fire strike first, cause she booped him out of the line of sight of the team. I mean, they team killed, whatever. But if we're talking Rhine tech,
You don't
wanna
charge.
immediately.
Well, I wasn't talking about immediately. I thought you just meant it was a bad charge.
Oh no, charging is good, but like dump your fire strike if you haven't and swing. Dude, they're back. What? I feel like we just killed them.
It's goats.
Big
I
grab.
don't know about that grab, man. That could have get eaten really easily. Yeah, that's good. See, all right. So there it is. I called it. They lose 2 fights guaranteed.
Ryan on point.
Dude, staggers ass. Dude, don't kill him. Just keep him there. Keep him. Keep him. Oh, dude, you just keep his ass there, man. What's he gonna do?
Yeah.
Dog out of there.
Literally
Yeah,
stagger his
they're
ass,
hungry
dude.
for kills. They're hungry for kills.
But like I said, 2 fights, lost for free. Now here comes the 3rd fight. Now is where they have a chance to win.
I want to scrim. Put me in, coach.
Yeah.
Sorry, babe, not your team.
We just have to keep dumping ults first. Bomb right here. Bomb. Bomb. Up in the air. Yes. Oh, come on. We don't have follow-up, though.
Oh shit.
Help
There's
Maxi.
There's also a floor bomb.
He died, but he got the
Maxi's
shot
still
off? Question mark?
He didn't get the shatter off.
Okay. Sark Week is all up in their fucking Kool-Aid. Up
Trans!
yours in.
Trans!
Trans.
What are you doing, man? Press Q, dog. That's a throw. If we lose, it's his fault. If we lose, it's straight up, it's his fault. You cannot die with trans, dude. He would have kept Bago alive. How do you not trans that?
Now he's
They'll
trans.
save it
Now
for
what are you
grab.
trans?
Oh, now he trances.
He wanted to save it for grab. He just did
No,
not
see,
think.
you can't. It doesn't
I know.
matter.
Oh, I know. He just didn't.
Maybe if you
Don't,
trans-
hey, don't yell at her. She clearly knows.
Oh,
I know.
Tracer.
you can't let your team die because you think you have to save an ult for something, dude. Just fuck. If like, ugh.
He
I
got
s-
he tunnel
I
vision
literally
on it.
just said that to them too. Stop letting your team die with support ults. Because then you lose anyway. At least if you trans, like, maybe you'll get a kill, but then the Zara's like, oh
Also,
shit, and then she panic grabs, and it's not good.
Just so you know, they like immediately they asked as soon as like I confirmed the scrim. They were like, "So what SR is the team?" Because I didn't list it in the post, and I was like, I stalled it out and I didn't really answer. And then I told this team that we're like 2.6, but we have some like logo we occasionally.
What team's red team? Or sorry, what SR is red team?
Red team is about 2.7, 2.8 average.
And then you guys are 2.6?
No,
2.4.
we're 2.4, but I told them that we're 2.6 because I thought
They're higher than 2.4
2.4
now, aren't they?
like
Like all
I'm
of
kinda-
them are like
I'm
flat.
kind of dragging us down. I'm dragging us down.
Well, the people that are in
No.
right now, they're higher than 2.4
people that are
for
in.
sure.
I think like with this team, I think
They're
we'd
like
be-
2.6.
Yeah.
Like, I thought
main
Ty was still
roster?
gold too.
Ty's the lowest, yeah.
Oh,
But
this
everybody
team,
else
yeah.
is like, there's a bunch of 2.8 players. So
Main roster though is probably we have 2 players that are 2.1 and then Ty is 2.3. I
Who's
think
2.1?
Lucky
I
Juggle and Rogue.
okay, but the team that's in now,
Yeah.
they're like 2.6. I think. It's like 2.6 versus 2.7. I think the
Where's
other
our
team's
main
slightly
roster?
higher than us.
Is Lucky Plat or is he
Somber goats.
2.4 still?
I'll check it out.
I can actually.
Vaguely.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why I'm at. I can just look.
Curious how they
Lucky's
handle this.
2.4.
This is gonna be hard to
Yeah.
break.
Lucky's still gold too.
Oh no.
The boop.
Chill.
The boop.
Maxi.
The boop made the wall scuffed.
Maxi didn't use her shield.
They still died though.
They need to scout, dude.
They need to get a sim right now, or they're just gonna die to this every time.
No, they just need to like Diva can bait the wall, but they need to like rotate in together at the same time in one stack, or I don't know. They just kind of entered there and they didn't realize.
These guys really struggle versus May. Like they don't understand how to play against May. It fucks them really. Pretty much
Diva
every
needs to
time.
bait the wall. Diva needs to bait the wall.
Oh.
Oh, he tried. Like you could see
That's
he
what he was doing.
went to do
He just
that.
did it, yeah.
Good
Oh, big block.
block.
Good block gets frozen. Help her.
Yeah. They just like don't look at the May.
Either the diva
I don't
baits
think
it
a
or they
single
just get a
person
sim.
looked at the May that entire time. Like they did good, but
Well, the whole team went in without letting Lucky try to bait the wall first.
Well, they need
Yeah.
to not. They need to not int as hard as they did. Like you can't just W key into the May like that. Like just chill the fuck out and like.
Just
hold
chill,
your ground.
forehead.
They have a May. Like what you gonna do? You have a Diva. You know, like you win over time. They just need to stabilize more and then int with a plan. They just kind of inted for no reason.
Right now, I think it's because like we've just been like hearing like just W key. Like that's what we've been trying
Control.
to like learn. Yeah.
This May's fucked
Break
every
wall,
wall.
break wall, break
This
wall.
May has literally fucked every wall. Big,
that's who-
Oh
big,
God.
I don't like
Big.
that.
Kill the May! Kill the May! Kill the May! She has no icebox!
They still win. They still win even through the blizzard. They still win.
They win, they win. Oh, they definitely win.
Oh, Fox didn't have to bomb that.
Oh,
Didn't have to bomb that. But the enemy Lucio beat it for an enormous throw.
Our beat was wasted and our bomb was wasted there. I think after that shatter hits, we win for free. Maybe
Yeah.
the beat was okay, maybe, but the bomb was not good. The bomb was not good.
what do we know like why? Like I didn't see any reason to be.
Ty has
He was
trans, they have
demaxed.
grab. Should be good here.
He got demaxed
No, not the bomb. Why
Oh.
did we beat?
to like help Maxi in. It might have been okay. It might have been okay, depending on what the
didn't-
comms were like.
I didn't
If she
see
said she was
anything.
in trouble, then it's okay. but-
Yeah. I didn't see anything.
This is big. This is big. They almost stole a tick. They get grabbed.
Trans!
Please, trans, for the love of God.
Why are you not transing, bro?
What?
He's not pressing Q.
That was a
That was-
one.
Trans, man.
What? That was botting out
don't get
as
it.
I've ever seen it.
We literally just
Okay,
win
so
the
we-
game if he presses Q.
and we just
It
talked
takes so
about
much
this.
Time too.
We just talked about this too. That's really weird. Like we thought it was because he was holding
He
it for
did this last
grab.
point too. He just didn't trans.
Do we
Well, okay, so we thought it was because he's holding it for grabs,
No,
but
I
this
know,
time...
Yeah.
Why is he not pressing Q?
I can talk to you in a little bit if you want to like wait until this map's over, and we can talk.
Big
Just-
shatter here, big shatter.
I already talked to Rogue about it, but like. I don't know.
They're
I-
all
I
so
feel-
low.
Big shatter here.
Oh!
Oh my god, Maxi,
There,
stop!
Don't charge. Just swing. Don't charge. Maybe because they're grabbed, it's okay. But I think just swing there. Don't charge.
Just keep 3 on point, please. Please keep 3 on point.
Dude.
No, they have 2.
3
no,
on!
3! 3! Oh, they got it. Oh my
It didn't
God.
matter, it didn't matter.
Oh.
Dude, why does he not trans? We won without it, but I think keep him in. I don't think make swaps now. I don't think make
no swaps. But
I'm curious why he's not pressing Q. There's
Go-
no way
go-
he just
well,
Go
like
to
he had
Sap, go to
so
Sap.
much time.
let me talk to you for like a couple of
Okay.
minutes.
Okay.
Rogue, if you want to join, you can.
No, it's
you,
all good.
you already know.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Y'all already know.
Yummy.
Nah, me.
Yummy.
Okay.
All right, Hooligan. Actually, did you? I can't remember. Did you start up a stream or not?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Can I get a link?
I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, one sec. How do I link from Streamlabs, or do I gotta open it on Twitch?
Oh hell, I don't even know. I haven't used Streamlabs in forever.
How do I... What's the text channel I should put this in?
Let's see. What I don't know which ones you have access to. Do you have access to Streams Live under General?
I don't. Okay, so I'll just...
Yeah. Just put it in General. General will be good.
Nah, I just DM'd it to you,
that
fuck it.
works. Jazz music intensifies. Fuck yes.
Damn right. Jazz music intensifies, baby.
Hits you up with a solid, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve, what are you doing? Oh, he's playing with a catnip banana. Steve's my cat.
Oh.
Oh, there he goes. Bye, Steve. Okay, so next map. I took a break for Hanamura there, but next map. Deafening the Discord again, and I'm gonna do another cast.
All right, I want to listen to this. I want to see. I want to hear you shoutcast if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I'm like hella intrigued and interested, like what it's like, you know?
Yeah, it's scuffed as hell. That's what it's like. It's
'Cause, like,
really
even
fucking
in, like,
hard.
Even in Owl League, I normally like mute the shoutcasters and everything, so like I never like actually hear shoutcasting because I'm normally doing something else at the same time.
Oh.
I have
Okay.
like no idea what shoutcasting's like.
Lucky called dry fight. That's why Ty didn't trans.
Oh, okay.
Lucky told everybody not to ult,
Okay.
which is
Oh.
okay. I don't know if I agree with it, but
I mean, at
I'm
some point
happy
you have to
that it was-
overwrite the call, right?
But how do you know when to?
no.
override the call?
If that was the call from Lucky, then like even if it's wrong, they have to trust him.
Hmm.
That's part of goat synergy. You can't counter call each other. If somebody decides dry fight, then it's dry fight. And if it was their mistake, then we fix that later. But they can't. So in which case Ty did good, even though he probably should have transed it, because Lucky called dry fight. It's good that he listened to him. So that's a problem with like.
Understanding.
Did we need? I have to watch that in the VOD.
I've got the overhead, baby. I've got the overhead.
Argon.
Yeah, I
you
think we
need-
could have won that, but
Do you need to watch that on your own, or do you watch that with other people, like when you're like spectating to actually like watch it for like critiquing and everything?
I stream it usually,
Oh, okay, cool.
so you can ask questions in the chat and stuff.
All right.
I'm happy that he just didn't bot out and just not trans. Like I'm really happy that it was a called play.
Yeah, that was
It's
really...
totally okay that it's a called play.
Yeah, for sure.
As long as it wasn't just like Ty just forgetting he has trance.
Oh, I can't wait for this next map. Are we going to Eichenwald, baby?
Fucking A, my game just crashed.
Well, looks like you'll have to watch through the stream.
Fucking A.
Fucking A.
Holy shit. My whole, I was like rendering everything died.
Damn, my doggy. Okay, so I'm gonna deafen. I'm gonna deafen here and
Did we win? Did we win that map?
yeah, by time bank.
Did we win the one before that too?
Yeah.
Is this the fourth? So what are we?
They lost Oasis.
Yeah.
But nothing
Yeah, 'cause we
else.
threw all. So we've won the next two after that, right? So we're like
Yeah.
2-1.
Yeah, yeah. They've been doing really well.
What's going on?
Rendering device is fucked up.
Oh, from them. Why is the game like not started?
It was in the waiting.
Oh.
Now it's in assemble your heroes.
Ragnar, they called a dry fight, and that's why he didn't trans.
Oh, what?
Dry fight. Like, don't use ults, like bait their grab, don't use anything.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that was the right call or not, but I'm glad that it was like, it was like calm, you know, like it was a plan that they had. It
Yeah.
wasn't just like him botting out.
For
I'm
sure.
okay with it if it was a call.
For sure. Alright, I'm deafening. Okay. Red team gonna be on the attack here. Looking like they're gonna go ball triple again. Sombra Farah and the Hanzo. The Fox's Hanzo coming out again. Seeing decent value so far, map to map, as we've seen it. And a solid core goats comp coming out from our blue team. From the hometown heroes. Gonna hold the archway. Very advised to do so. Fire Strike coming out from Maxi, trying to get some really alt charge. Epic Pants going over the bridge. Gonna spam into the back line of the blue team. D-Matrix trying to cover Ty as he gets to the tower for some cover from the Pharah spam. Impera looking for a grapple opportunity. Just using the third person to peek around. Blue team's fully rotated into the backside of point. Just to stay away from Pharah spam as much as possible. They're going to wait for red team to start pressuring the point before they drop. They've given up a tick for free here. Ill-advised at best. The hack comes out onto Maxi and asleep onto Fox as he was demeched. Red team slowly picking apart blue, but Sark finds Fox and Moonrise finding a punch on a purple shadow. Moonrise probably has the most fist kills of any player in this match. Map to map. Firestrike finding Maxi some alt charge onto the Hammond. The Sombra now going to pressure the point, along with the Hammond, hopefully. Hammond latching onto the cart, pushing directly into blue team. He does have the adapted shield, so he's able to get out for free. A long con anti-nade coming into Sark. Sark has to hide underneath from the blue team in order to not get picked off. Wait for the purple to come off of him before he pushes. Now the sleep coming into Sark too, and the hack. Sark will not be able to bash or flail, but the rally does still continue despite the hack. Sombra invisible. Scouting for red team right now. Blue team is going to re-hold up back in this. Oh my god, Ty! Ty just finding the solo kill onto the Sombra who appears before him, trying to pick him off. He had debris armor to protect him from the Sombra damage as well. Sark's barrier going down to the Pharah spam. The pharmacy damage is immense onto a barrier. Fox going to contest the cart, denying the second tick. Going to pop back in just for some top-ups from his support line. Before re-pushing. The mines covering the doorways from Impera. Very smart. It's going to make it hard for blue team to push out of the doorway now. The dragon now going right through the center and the barrage to cover. This could be a point capture from red team. The EMP onto Fox and the Lucio. The trans is just slightly too late, but it's able to contest the point, denying the second tick still. Second tick now coming through. The Valk is able to damage boost the entire team, allowing them to pick off Sark easily. Baguette goes down, and this is point one for the red team. The household for blue was probably, I mean, it was working very well until the ults came up for red. Once the ults were up for red, though, I mean, they just get bottlenecked into the doorways, those small chokes that they have to try and push out through. Once the mines came down in front of the 2 doorways, they probably should have pushed out through the side doorway. You risk getting booped by the Pharah, but at the same time, you at least aren't dying to the mines and barrage. Guaranteed. Baguette now swapping off the Zarya to Widow, trying to pick off the Ana. Shots going into the barrier currently. But between the double sniper of blue team, they're able to pick off the Ana with the off angles. The Hail Mary bomb coming from Fox behind the team. They do find Impera and Fox. And they're able to clear up the red team with a stagger onto the Zenyatta as well. The Sombra is now going to bail out into the spawn. Let's see what he swaps to. They're going to swap to a Core Goats comp now with Ana as a variant from Lucio. You do absolutely need a Lucio into Goats, or the Rein Zarya is just too slow to be able to engage or disengage at all. If Impera gets pressured, even remotely, they're not going to be able to bail him out with speed. Whereas blue team does have the speed, but without a Zarya of their own for bubbles, the Rein of Maxi should get bullied even without a Lucio. But see, the Lucio's able to peel back for Maxi and just walk away from the stronger front line of the red team. They're able to just walk away with the speed. So even without Zarya bubbles to cover, the speed is just too much. Baguette trying to escape the D.Va, runs away from his team. Ill-advised, his team can't help him with the D.Va in the bottom. But he still gets out anyway, the D.Va of Litmob, unable to find Baguette. And now staggering himself. Far too tunnel visioned onto Baguette's Widow. And now demeched. Red team without their advantage in the D.Va mech as well as the Zarya. Swapping to a floats comp now. They have brought in the Lucio off of Ana. Litmob is one. Almost finished off before he gets the remech, but he does. And Pyrrha getting pressured really hard from Baguette's Widow. Purple Shadow and Mornstar very low. Morn getting picked off by the Widow. The Dragons come out over cart to finish off Fox. And Pyrrha's bubble is down. Has to jump away past the arch. Litmob going to try and get away with his life here. Fox doesn't have enough of the booster juice to be able to get over that wall and pressure further. Sark is very far forward. Maxi has to bail him out with a hard shield. Walk him out of there. Moon is looking for some scouting info and or an aggressive boop. The jump from Impera is whiffed up onto the tower. The high ground position of Baguette now back onto the classic Widow platform. Ty does need help from Impera's Winston. Now jumping onto Baguette in the back line. Does land the damage. Baguette is picked off, but Impera is one and likely going to fall to Sark Week, and he does. Mornstar's Transcendence unable to save him. Didn't even attempt to push towards the Winston. If Mornstar had pushed up the ramp towards his Winston, he might not have died to the Hanzo. And this push would have been a shoo-in for Red Team. As it stands, though, it's a staggered fight. And cleanup. More on the side of Blue Team so far. And it looks like they'll be able to get a cart contest from Moon in the archway. Absolutely fantastic. And Pyrrha, too far forward from his team, has to jump into the back line at, what, a fifth of his HP. His D.Va and Zarya unable to peel. Epic Pants likely didn't have the projected bubble up. The anti comes out onto the D.Va as well as the Brig, but the beat there to cover some of the HP. Epic Pants does still drop to the bomb. Moon does get booped off directly into the center of the pit. Purple Shadow finding a fantastic boop on the Moon right now. Baguette backing himself into a corner against Impera's Winston. Now with the bubble, he's going to have to juggle in that bubble. A 5th HP again. The Lucio is going to start topping him off slowly. Maxi does want to push forward. The Primal Rage from Winston being slept by Ty. But woken up. And is now able to find value, booping back the entirety of the backline of Blue Team. As the cart pushes forward, Moon trying to find the hero contest on the payload again, but not taxing his team forward. Denies them the opportunity to get a real contest on the cart. Baguette finds a fantastic melee range pick on a Mornstar, but then is just pushed by the entirety of Red Team as the cap point 2. Moving into point 3 here. The ultimates for Red Team are looking good. They decide to ditch the high charge towards Primal in favor of swapping to the Rhine. They don't mind losing this fight here. Red team does not mind losing this to an ultimate because they were in the middle of a staggered fight anyway. Imperial is swapping to the Reinhardt, and as long as no one else gets picked here, it's not a big deal. And Sark did commit the Dragons to cleaning up that 5v6. The poke comes out. And without the Diva of Litmob to eat the Fire Strike, Maxi finding the charge for her Shatter. Baguette getting extremely low. Needs to back off here or the poke is going to finish him off. Moonrise looking for a far too aggressive boop. Actually feeds out of his mind. Now, 5v6. 4 ultimates for red team. It's not looking good. Baguette gets stunned up. Has to personal bubble to get back behind Maxi's shield. The grab comes up from red team. Complete whiff. Maxi's actually on the other side of the pillar and red team's unable to capitalize. Maxi getting an absolutely gigantic penis shatter onto the entire backline of the red team. And Pyrrha's shield only angled to block the bomb for himself. Sark and Maxi blocking for their team there. Litmob's going to go down. A Hail Mary bomb from Fox is going to find the D-Mech Diva in the back. Taiju might get charge killed out here, but it's okay. Blue team is able to stabilize. No one will be ready to touch the cart for red. And they're going to use their bodies to block, to prevent anyone from coming back to the cart. Heads up play coming from the blue team. And now, it'll be time for their turn to attack. Confusingly so. I'm yawning. Confusingly so, our heroes no longer painted blue, but painted red instead. Team Rampage. Defending team, of which I don't know their name, sadly. Suffice to say. Looking to defend Eichenwald point A, and we'll see what comps they decide to run in but a few seconds. Looks like red team now opting for a very odd, I don't know what's going on there. You know what, let's not. I doubt Baguette is staying on this hog. Same with Ty on the Moira. I don't really know what that comp is trying to accomplish, unless Maxi's going to switch to either an Orisa or the hog is going to switch. Yeah, straight up. I just don't know what's going on. Sark on the Zarya instead of Baguette as well. We've seen Baguette on Zarya for the entirety of the series. But Sark now going to show us what he's got on the bubble flinging Russian. Meanwhile, blue team coming out with a hardcore bunker comp. Looks pretty much triple DPS if you count hog. Is more of a DPS inclined tank. The barrier coming out. Fire Strike finding a lot of value there. Lots of ult charge coming out. The hook onto the fortified Impera will not find anything. Fox is able to pick off Baguette. Sark pushed very far forward. Has to back out. The bubble comes out. He won't be able to be halted back to the side. But the Diva getting pulled all the way in the Orisa bubble. Oh, trying to find follow-up, but there's no hook to follow up with the hook. Or the halt, sorry. Fire Strike coming through, doesn't find anything. Maxi's ult charge is very high though. Shatter is close. If they wait for Orisa to commit a new barrier, they should push right now while Orisa has just committed a barrier. Sark gets pulled in and annihilated. This push is absolutely shut down. The emo field comes out, and even though the shatter is huge, the emo field should shut it down, but the charge, Maxi charges the Orisa outside of the Baptiste emo field. And even though the Torbjorn ultimate is out, it's not going to find anything. Moon walking back into it, getting low. Maxi is able to find Fox with a cleanup. Fire Strike. Epic Pants at half health trying to pop the tack visor. Doesn't find anything. And this is a very solid point A capture. Red team deciding to go hyper aggressive with the shatter from Maxi. And they do find a victory here despite the clutch emo field coming out from Purple Shadow. It just wasn't enough. Baguette sneaking around the side staircase. The emo field is far too early. And the square comes out, which will annihilate any barriers that red team has. But Baguette in the backline trying to whole hog. Ah! Fucking yawning again. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. And blue team clean up the fight. Yeah, Baguette pushing into the backline. Far too aggressively, trying to pull off a whole hog. in the face for the entirety of blue team. Not really going to work out for you there. Decides to swap onto the Brig, leaving Sark on the Zarya so he may keep his ult charge. Fox pushing up with D-Matrix, trying to take out the Torb turret. Molten Core, mostly wasted. Sark standing in it, though, taking a lot of damage. Over half health. Purple Shadow's emo field has been burned down, though. As Baguette swings into the Hail Mary bomb goes behind the Marissa barrier. There's nothing they can do to stop it. And it finds the Torb turret and the Torb. Blue team is incredibly split, and even though Baguette is hooked in, Litmob can't find the pick and decides to suicide. Mornstar tries to, but Sark is able to pick him off. Baguette has almost built a rally here in a single fight. Maxi with another shatter. Moonrise has a beat. Whereas the blue team, swapping onto Goats now, has absolutely no ult charge aside from Epic Pants' Grav. But it's not going to be ready in time for this defense. And they're going to come out to no avail. They're just going to get body blocked in the doorway and not be able to contest. Litmob coming through the window just slightly too late. Does not find anything. And the cart for red team will continue to push. Grav holding them up though. And Impura getting charged off to the side. Trying to take out Sarkweek's Zarya, but the bubble's on. Doesn't find anything. Maxi with an absolutely ginormous fire strike. Finding a triple kill. Onto the shattered remains of blue team. Litmob going to stall the cart. Very smart. Make sure that red team has to finish you off. Oh, Jesus, my voice. Impera finding an absolutely colossal 4-man shatter. May be able to solidify the point for them. Sark had invested the grab, trying to cover the right doorway. And now Maxi attempting to peel out for her team. But blue team is going to get a clean sweep here. And the entirety of red now cleaned up. Blue team posturing at the main choke. Litmob looking around for something. Maybe a sneaky Lucio. Doesn't want to get C9'd. Heads up play coming from Litmob. He's just making sure there's no one behind. Moonrise going into the ceiling. Trying to get around the team. Push the Reinhardt forward. Lucky throwing a bomb into the back. Finds a huge shatter combo between Maxi and Fox. Able to take out the main tanks and the Brigs. Hail Mary bomb coming from Litmob. Doesn't find anything. Is completely blocked out. And red team able to solidify. Clean win onto Eichenwald. Oh.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. They're literally, I'm telling them to do things. I'm like, yo, throw a bomb into their backline and just W key in, and they're doing it. Oh my god, I'm so happy.
My voice is dead.
Amazing to watch.
Dude, I'm so happy.
They're growing up.
Coach AJ.
Oh, I'm so, dude.
He's so proud of his babies.
Dude, they're doing the right things,
They
man.
grow up so
Dude,
fast, don't they?
they know. They know.
Eventually we're gonna catch up to you, man.
I hope so, dude.
All of us just are gonna be up in top 500,
Dude,
and we're just
they're
gonna be, like,
so much
shattered.
better. They're so much better than a month ago.
Really?
They're so much
Oh,
better.
I'm glad.
I mean, you're watching them. Is this what they looked like a month ago before you
I
left?
never watched them third person. I was always in.
Oh,
I was always in.
dude, they're so much better. Oh
And
my
then
God.
on top of that, Moon, Lucky, and Sark, none of those three were on the team when I left.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, we were scrimming 2.4K teams, or like 2.2 to 2.4 teams then, and this is a 2.7 team. And now that we're like in the groove, we're kind of rolling them.
Really?
Like we're winning.
Back before you, we were scrimming way too high. We were scrimming like 2.6, 2.7 all the time. Like that's it.
And getting fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now we're fucking on a 2.7 team. I think if the team plays like this,
Manhandling.
they can scrim a 3K team and be even. I think they can play at 3K right now.
That's what's up.
If they throw ults like they did the back half of the first map, maybe not. But they're playing like they are now, where they're like making correct plays and using ults well and shit, then I think they're playing at a 3K level right now.
I want to know why just randomly Sark and Baguette swapped roles.
It's because Baguette.
They
was
were on
something else.
Slambulance with the hog.
Yeah, and they just wanted to keep Sark's ult charge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. But I would think that just Sark would play the hog and keep Bagel playing Zarya the whole game. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's a Zarya player. Just keep him on Zarya and put Sark on the hog. But if Bagel's a good hog, then Sark's a good Zarya, so it doesn't matter. But it's good that they're flexible like that because they can play at each other's strengths. I'm so happy with Maxi playing main tank though. Huh? Like she's doing so well.
I'm really fucking happy having Maxi on main tank.
She's laying the dick down with these shatters, man.
I'm happy that she's so aggressive.
It's
Like,
honestly
yeah,
so
I know.
good.
just how much she just fucking pushes and it's like, fuck it.
But it's like Dorado, we were being aggressive, but we were just feeding. And then I told them to I like the aggression, just stop feeding. And now they're dialing it back, and it's right where it needs to be.
You could see on the last point of Eichenwald, the fight before the winning one, like she was trying to shield hop back.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that was good.
Also,
And they just
Hooligan,
made some
watching,
easy mistakes.
watching your shoutcast thing, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, my voice is dying though, because now I've done 4 maps and
Dude,
I'm
I want to hear you
exhausted.
cast that Eichenwald game.
Oh, you can. It's on stream.
What'd you say when that dude? I wanted our flank hog on second point to go and hook a support or something, and he just walks in and presses Q. I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
On that nutty flank that Fagel did.
You had such an opportunity, man.
He saw blood in the water.
Ragnar, he's on his phone.
You ever hear the chat?
Oh.
He's got that face. Motherfucker. Kids.
I love this team so much.
What are they saying?
Oh, we were talking about Slambulance. Like Maxi jokingly said that they should play, and half the team insta locked Slambulance
Dude, this team is
heroes.
retarded.
It's so funny.
They're
And
so
then-
much fucking better, dude. Oh my
And
god,
then
they're so much better.
we started making fun of Sark because he was crying about playing boats. He doesn't want to play Brave.
Oh, is that why they switched?
I don't like the McCree pick here.
I was like, they asked what to play here, and I was like, I don't give a shit. You can pirate shit.
Blue team setting up with a core bunker onto just the bridge here. More often you see this is the first shield, and then the team would back up into the little crates back here. But opting to try and hold the bridge against red team, who are running a full pirate ship, actually. So it's bunker versus pirate ship. Sark's Bastion going extremely low, pulled back towards... Oh my lord, Ty. Absolutely clutch sleep onto the Sombra in the backline, but no one comes back to finish her off. Lucky needed to come back with a free hook kill onto the Sombra, but they instead let her translocate out. The Bastion mispositioned as well. I just went into a house somehow. The Bastion mispositioned not to be able to use the square at all. Maxi putting a new shield down, not quite on the payload. Gets eliminated very quickly. Baguette looking for picks. Trying to shoot left of the barrier onto Purple Shadow. Does find Fox. And then Lucky trying to keep the payload contested from going backwards, but honestly just needs to restabilize with the shield of Maxi. Pressure the barrier from Impura. Impura now. And, oh wow, Mornstar and Epic Pants pushing Baguette off of the flank from Coast. Baguette's going to push back in. Sombra does translocate out, so she is safe to do so. Baguette looking for the backside. Tries to find a shot onto Morningstar. And now Fox is going to pressure Baguette out, who has to full grapple hook all the way out to regroup with the team. And now Sombra with the scout from Epic Pants, probably going to try and find a hack onto Maxi before she can re-bury her a second time. That or Sark, after he has committed the turret form somewhere. She could hack him and then wait for Impura to pull. And the halt hook. Impera's halt is messed up. Sark is hacked, so they can't pressure very hard here. But they do get Impera's barrier down. Baguette still very far forward, looking for a pick. Does kill the supercharger. Does Lucky. Lucky looking for a hook. Doesn't find it. Fox booping him back. Baguette coming further off of coast towards the cart, really. To start moving it in with his back line. Now pushing very far forward. Going to try and find picks on their way back. He has to drop as blue team has already regrouped. Ty in a very good position behind the crate. Baguette going under. Blue team doesn't know. He's going to opt to actually come back to the more of the little window ledge there. And Impera trying to push him out of there with a halt. Doesn't find it. Lit Mob not finding the hook either. Epic Pants needs to get some scouting done and or start pressuring for EMP. He does have it. He just needs to drop it on the red team as fast as possible. The EMP comes out and now the tire should find value. Does not. The Emo Field is able to shut it down. The Emo Field coming out of Moonrise was just in time to not be hacked by the EMP nor destroyed before the tire. So now it's able to protect the team from the ultimate of Fox. And doesn't find any value. So now the EMP and the tire find no value. Moonrise with an absolutely colossal Emo Field. Sark rotating back. Coming back from spawn. He was taken out from the EMP, but the fight was already long lost. And now the Mercy and the Sombra hanging out in the attacker spawn. Not getting anything done. Lucky does commit the whole hog. Moon is able to get the Emo Field down. And they're just able to box and give the cocks to the blue team. Pirate ship looking rather clean from the red side here. As we push into point 2, Baguette looking for a hot rotate onto the fan likely. Going to start up in the main ledge here. Looking forward, but he will push the fan when he looks at their comp. And sees that they're mostly switching onto a Goats. So now he'll have free reign over this high ground. Diva will be able to push him and Zen can pressure with orbs, but for the most part, he is free to fire and drop, and he can grapple back up towards his bunker. But he doesn't. He actually gets steamrolled over by the Goats comp of blue team. A huge anti-nade comes out, and they should be able to solidify this fight now that the anti-nade denied healing onto Mornstar. And the tank form, cleaning up blue team. Fox has to intel to the payload in order to die as quickly as possible, so does Litmob. Trying to get away, but actually gets picked off. Baguette swapping to the Tracer in order to get back as soon as possible and pressure the spawns. He's going to wait near the workbench. But the Zen has spotted him and he has to blink out. Blue team coming out. Epic Pants getting a lot of charge off of that bubble, but does get slept past somehow. Like an eel, Ty's dart. Slipping past Impera's barrier. Impera is going to push forward with the bubble. Lucky does get a hook onto Fox. Doesn't find anything from that, though. The supercharger is in front of the Orisa barrier, though, and is going to be easily taken out. Sark with the square on the high ground. Going to pump damage into the front line of the blue team. Epic Pants is one, and Impero down. No shield to protect him. Lip Mob. No defense matrix because he's demeched. And with 2 minutes and 33 on the clock, red team finds it. Good sleep dart onto Mornstar coming out. Even if he did contest, he would be very quickly dispatched. After another clutch sleep from Ty. Ty landing a lot of good sleep darts this round. Whew. Babies!
Yeah?
Can you bring me the soda?
Yeah, sure.
And anyone is fine, the blue or the pink. You surprised me. I got my glass over here. Can you fill up my cup?
Sorry, anyone is fine?
Yeah, either is fine.
I kind of forgot to put one of them out of the freezer, so
It's frozen.
it's frozen.
So
Kinda
don't
like a
bring.
slushy.
So don't bring the It's a slushy right now.
Kind of like a slushy.
Is it frozen or a slushy? Because if it's a slushy, I'm.
I don't know.
Deep breathing ensues. No, it's okay. I'm just gonna stick to blue here. But maybe get the cream soda out of the freezer.
I did.
Yeah, huh? You done did it? You done did it? Got it done?
Yeah.
Honey, I only have 18 seconds to take a drink here.
Wait, did you want me to bring it to you?
No, I got it now. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm whining.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm whining. I do the whines. Thank you, babe.
You're welcome.
Okay, I take a drink. Oh, Jesus. Lucky getting low, halted back. The halt from Maxi, not finding anything. The new barrier from Impera is able to protect the team. Epic Pants getting hooked. Lucky finds an epic hook onto Epic Pants. Aptly named, as it were. Ty on the high ground. What is going on? Oh, that's a phone alarm. Woo! That spooked me. They're pressed up very far forward. Maxi and Lucky getting extremely low. The nade from Taiju able to top them back up. Epic Pants is extremely low as well. In the spawn. Has to do a self-heal. Litmob able to eat Sark's dragons, which does shut down a lot of the ultimate pressure that Red Team had. They don't have any other ultimates online. In order to pressure the blue side, Valk and tank mode are up. Impera switching off of the Orisa onto Monkey, which is strange. You would think that they'd want to keep the Orisa, but perhaps they've decided that the jig is up and the pirate ship will no longer be able to set course. Anchor has been weighed permanently by the red team. Baguette trying to find the snipes, and he does find the stagger onto Mornstar, which is so unfortunate because that's the ult they needed in order to support the Epic Pants tank form. And truly the only reason. Oh, Impero switching back to the Orisa is a huge throw because it didn't passively generate all of that ult charge in the meantime. And now red team looking like a bunch of Sinatras out here. Spawn camping the blue team, and it is unfortunate. The decision making. Baguette up on this little side plank here. Very far removed. The only hero that can really interact with him from the blue side is Fox, but at a disadvantage at that. Supercharger coming out of Maxi. And Sark gets another dragon eaten by Litmob. Baguette, though, absolutely popping off. It is just a field day for him. Junkertown, one of the best Widowmaker maps in the game. In fact, I would argue that it is the best Widowmaker map in the game. And if you don't have the counter Widow, you just will not have an answer. There's just far too much space between you and the Widow. You need to have a hero that can interact with the Widowmaker. Being that your own Widow or a full sort of dive comp. Fox sending the drags into the center of the red team. The square comes out. Maxi trying to use it to great effect to take down Impera's barrier. Moonrise contesting the payload in the meantime. Impera is slept. Moonrise booping the entire team back, but Epic Pants now finding value finally after being able to set up on the cart for the first time this round. Absolutely tearing apart the red team. Moonrise is going to get staggered here. Or not. Or not. What? Moonrise actually escaping Ty and Baguette. Holding their own behind the sign here. The hard cover being able to prevent them from dying to the Bastion meat grinder. Moonrise getting ready to taxi his team outside of the barrier. Baguette goes for a poke, but Litmob eating absolutely everything he's got. They're not hard pushing Baguette and Ty, though. So Ty and Baguette able to just sit in the back line here and try to find value. Litmob, Hail Mary bomb, doesn't find anything. Maxi taking out the emo field, but does trade life for it. Baguette trying to poke in. Moonrise is going to contest against the Bastion. Baguette should have just stayed at distance and poked the Bastion down. Or Purple Shadow. But instead decides to grapple in while Moon was already contesting the card anyway? Either way, the team did have to reset. Perhaps the call was made to just hard feed int onto the cart, reset, so that they can get a proper high ground engagement here. High ground fueled poke. The square from blue team. Now able to grind down the barrier that was for the red team on the high ground, and they have to back up this Bastion, now finding a lot of value. The Orisa barrier coming through, no hook to follow it up. Maxi not able to find a halt under the barrier. And now, Impera's just going to push Maxi out. And point two taken relatively for free by the blue team. Moon getting out again. which is good as long as he can get fully out. No, he gets taken out by Fox as the spectator cam bots out and gets stuck on a door frame. Baguette trying to find more picks. Does find Fox. Fox getting rezzed up by Mornstar. And already, the time in the bank for blue team will be less. Pretty much no matter what. But this fight is going in the favor of blue team. As we say that, the Widow duel going in the favor of Fox. Mornstar's Valkyrie able to top off the entire team and keep them running. The square coming out. Arguably misplaced. Should have been placed on the cart so it could follow with the Bastion, but it doesn't. Instead, only slightly used to grind down Maxi. I'm sure they'd like that ultimate back. As they go to close out the map here. And the push. Fox losing mech for nothing. Or Lucky losing mech. Fox finding Baguette. The emo field comes out on cart preemptively just to make sure that this push will be successful. The nano boost onto Hanzo is not enough as they try to target anything but the Bastion, which is a bit of a throw. The Mercy is sleeping on the ground, and they honestly should have tried to push for her. Baguette trying to stall for time on the Wrecking Ball. Lit Mob dropping a bomb onto the cart. Is going to pick off the Hammond, which was their best chance of stalling the cart. Moon crouching underneath the cart. Not getting shot by the Epic Pants, who's not relocating his turret form. He's unable to push Moonrise, but doesn't relocate and simply just punch him. Moon is able to stall his cart indefinitely, and the entirety of red team is able to come back. And emo field comes back, squares up from Purple Shadow in order to close this out, but Baguette is back. And Epic Pants, instead of trying to focus any of the supports, tries to take down the Hammond. And now Sark's Dragon Blade is out and actually takes out the tank form. Is red team going to be able to stagger this off of Epic Pants throwing the push? Absolute thrower. He was on top of the cart, and the angle he was on was unable to push Moon from crouching in the front of it. And all he had to do was get out of turret form, walk 2 steps forward, go back into turret form, and grind the Lucio down, but he doesn't. He instead stays on the off angle, unable to shoot the Lucio. And Lucio's able to stall the cart not only for Sark to swap to Genji, but to build an entire Dragon Blade. And for Baguette to come back twice on the Hammond. He's now swapped back to Widowmaker, taking out Purple Shadow's Anna, who swapped off of the entire comp of blue team, had to swap. After that, they were not going to be able to get a Bastion back onto the cart. And now they're hoping for Fox to pop off. Purple Shadow is going to be able to help the team more with the Anna than the Baptiste. Baguette is getting pressured incredibly hard and gets picked off by a jump from Impera. Sark trying to build up another blade as quickly as possible to close out the map. Is 70% to it, and if they can focus on channeling efforts into letting Sark build blade, they'll be able to shut it down with another blade. The beat coming up for red team. And Fox with an absolutely colossal bomb taking out Lit Mob and Mornstar. Purple Shadow dropping. This is looking like a hold for red team. An absolutely miracle hold. Impera with the Primal Rage trying to stall for as long as possible. Sark is one, but he's unable to finish her off. And red team solidifying the stall.
Arisa Hawk. We don't play Arisa Hawk well enough.
Hello.
Yo.
Okay, so that dude, their Bastion threw the fucking game.
He should have just fucking.
He should have unturreted, walked forward 2 steps, and then turret again, grind the Lucio down instead of letting him just fucking contest the cart for 10 billion years.
Yeah, the Genji did too. Like they let the Genji build blade, and then when the Bastion ulted, he should have just shot at his feet, and he might have cleaved the Genji. You know?
Yeah.
Like Sark was low, man, and he just like didn't take damage while he killed the supports. Like if the Bastion should have just shot at the team's feet, and he would have.
Yeah, for sure.
Genji, I think, and then Sark, yeah, their Bastion misplayed there. But we misplayed on Arisa Hog so much, man. Our team doesn't like the halt hook ever. All right, I'll be on our Discord a bit. I'm gonna talk to them quick, I guess.
Oh, man. Scuffed memes brought to you by Android Photo Editor. It's funny, like, I'm not even looking at Overwatch right now. I'm looking at the Raul Papega memes. I love this place. Okay. Oh, are we done here? Okay. So are they done?
Hooligan.
Casts. Whew. That was nuts. Okay, if I go... I like how there was the watch party channel. Okay, so that's it for the casting aspect of the stream here. Probably going to take a break and eat. But that was extremely fun to do. So I'm going to turn the stream off now. Thanks for watching, whoever did.